Alright, cool. I guess I'm live. Let me post. I'm going live in a couple places. Alright, cool. Excellent bit rate. It's always good. I could probably raise it, but I don't think I really need to, because the videos are in low quality, and then my mic is just okay, and my webcam, it's like, it's not the focus. So I'm just like whatever about it. Yeah. See, audio levels look good. Got most everything going. Cool. Got a new setup going on. It's pretty cool. I actually have a new gaming monitor, or just a monitor in general. I've always been like a one monitor person, but I just got a second one. It was mostly just I needed a gaming monitor to use with my Nintendo 64, and so I just ended up getting a like low lag monitor from one of my mates, who hooked me up for a good price. So it's probably the first time, aside from like hooking it up to my TV, that I've had a like good monitor. Hello, Harry. I'm back in the Blitz. Wow, yeah, this is my I feel like I'm British or something and I'm really cool hat. I wore this to a tournament and everyone was like, "Dude, you look like you've lived in Europe your whole life." And I'm like, "Well, okay." Yeah, I bought this at Sports Direct for 7 quid, so I think that was definitely worth, even if it makes me look like a tool. Um, anyway, yeah, I am an idiot, and I don't think you say that as if I didn't know that, and as if you didn't know that already, which is a really great thing because you have to know that I'm just a complete moron, and that's just how it is. Just trying to decide. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets lined up. I don't know which one to watch first. Which one to watch first? I got me versus Death Gazer, me versus Fat Tino. One of 2 sets I have recorded with him. Got one of me against a guy I'm gonna call MW. It's not our MW Harry, but it's another guy from Michigan who I'm just gonna refer to as MW. Um, and then 2 against Albert from this week, which is cool, I guess. I played 4 sets against Albert this week and took a total of 2 games. One of these I took a game, one of these sets I didn't. Um, let's see, I guess if I went like, least to most recent, I don't know, Texas Samus main, Ohio Fox Boy. Who's that? Do I know you? That's very good. Yeah, Texas Samus, man. That's who I am at this point. Since Mervis doesn't really enter things, Nick is sort of I don't. He only enters one damn melee, right? Uh, who else? Loose Sphincter from Houston. I haven't seen him in any brackets recently. Basically me. Oh, it's Mapache. All right. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Rip him. He just decided to just bail. Oh yeah, I misread that at first. But yeah, Mapache decided to just bail on everyone, which is really lame. Um, I guess like maybe let's start this off on a strong note and see what I was doing well. Sorry for the right ear audio. Um, yeah, I need to tell Marcus, who does his capture card. Number one, this isn't a very good capture. It's kind of blurry. Even though it says, if you go down settings, it says 480p. I don't really believe that. Like, something is wrong here because it was a composite capture, which I've had composite captures look way better than this. I don't know what his deal is. For some reason, Albert always takes a long time. He has a capacitor in his controller, And so he always does that thing where he has to like reset his controller once he puts it in. MR59, yeah, come on, dude. I even did RI42 at my last tournament, so I don't know what else to do for tags. I only want to pick something like when I'm on recording setup or stream, just because I can. I don't know. What would you do, Harry? What do you think's better? Well, like, I mean, come on. Like, I'm shouting out my homies. I've even gotten theelite.net as my sponsor a couple times on other streams, like at Merked. Got on stream with that. That was pretty cool. And so game one, we always start Battlefield. Homies, have I ever spoke to them? I meant like the community as a whole. I've also spoken to Ace. I have spoken to Ace, not to Mark. But how many people recently have spoken to Mark? So, there you go. I know you're going to clip this and post it in a cringe compilation, so feel free. But, you know, whatever, dude. I'm trying to rep, you know, my other favorite gaming website. All right, so we always start on Battlefield. This is a fairly neutral stage in the matchup, I feel, because I'm going to ban Yoshi's in FD state because Stadium's only a counter pick, right? And then he's going to ban FD Dreamland. It ends up here every time. The only time it doesn't is if Falco's really committed to camping me, which I would say is pretty rare. So I start off with this missile just under the platform. I do this every time. It's very low risk option because Falco just can't cover this amount of ground in time without doing a side B at me from the other platform. That doesn't cover this area. And he gets hit by it, so I'm already ahead. The other thing, I always do this either. I think it's only an okay option, which is like getting back on this platform. Falco can start to pressure me, like with Waveland on and stuff like that, so it's not a great position to be in, I don't think. But if I do this fair coming down, that's a pretty big wall for Falco to get through, so, you know, it's a little, I think it's not a terrible option necessarily. The thing is that if I'm not quick enough getting off the platform, suddenly it's a bad idea because Falco's just all up in my space. I'll back this up. Alright, so I think Albert may have made a mistake. I don't know how this happened. Yeah, see, like, I think he wanted to waveland on that platform, which I was ready for. I could have, like, up-B'd or up-aired or fared or nared. Some of those are good options, some of them are bad, but I have, like, options to deal with that. Instead, I put out this bad F-tilt thinking he was going to fall from the side. Like, if he had fallen right here after the air dodge, that F-tilt would have been great. Or at least okay, since it's in the air. That was just frustratingly poorly spaced. It was very close. Let's see. Yep. I should have caught it. I should have caught him right there, but that's how it goes. Something I have been doing recently, or I think I've been getting a lot more mileage out of, is dash attacks at Falco. So I do this like dash attack because he's in the air. He's not going to be able to crouch cancel it. And then he's doing the laser. I can take the laser, either take the laser and dash attack him, or dash attack him once the laser is, or before the laser's out. So that's generally a good option. But when you're late, it just sets you up for a bad combo. The other thing I'll do in this situation is like run in down tilt or down smash. Forward tilt is also a good option in this situation, so it's something I'll want to think about doing. That was just a mistake. And I was ready for him. He crossed me up here, so it was like I could... What I wanted to do was get a down tilt out, but that's kind of tough when I'm in shield like this. And you can see that's actually what I went for. I went for a down tilt. I know myself too well, of course. I tried to catch him as he's doing this laser. This is something that I think is fundamentally good against Falco, is like he jumps up for a laser. You can go in and do a like running down tilt or a wave dash in down tilt, and he lands right into it. He's DIing forward to for this laser, it's most likely, so he's going to be DIing in for whatever attack you have next. So that could be a second down tilt, that could be a down smash if you're trying to get him off stage, that could be a forward smash, If you think he might DI the other way, a dash attack into a nair if you think he's going to DI in, because Falco DIs in, or the ideal scenario with that one specifically is that he DIs in on the dash attack and out on the nair, and then you have a great edge guard right there. This is an Albert playstyle thing. Like, he'll always just go for that dare. So I have a couple choices in terms of how I'm going to deal with that, which would be I can jump away, I can bomb, I can do both of those things, I can air dodge, but I generally notice that he does do that nair or that dare basically every time, which I don't blame him for doing. It's a good, very low-risk option, and if it hits, he sets up for a huge combo off that second platform. If he's very lucky, he'll get me on the top platform, and that's a setup for a shine off the top. So that's a good one as well to just be aware of, even though he doesn't do it all that much. Like, he very rarely gets that setup. This is a thing that I think is probably a bad idea, but I do it all the time anyway, which is running over these platforms. It's great against slower characters. Characters have trouble getting up towards the top platforms, and just characters lacking those skills in general, but that's definitely not Falco. And I was behind at this point, and I'm starting to be like, okay, well, I need to take the stock first if I actually want to stand a chance against Albert, because if I have to approach him, this is over. Because what it means for me to, actually beat Albert would be that I'm going to have to, every time I touch him, he dies, and, like, I have to capitalize really hard on his approaches. Me approaching means, like, I have to go for grabs. I have to go for, spaced F tilts, and if I miss one, I get shined and turned into a combo. I do a bad up tilt. Bad up B, he punishes me coming down. There's lots of ways that it can go wrong. So, and in the end, though, like, he just does this. Man, that's extremely frustrating. That jab reset combo only worked because I SDI'd up. I thought he was going to jab reset me, and so I SDI'd up to beat that. And so the problem with that is that, like, had I taken the jab reset, then he would have forward smashed me. Probably he would have gotten a charge forward smash, and I might have lived. But since I DI'd up, he could get another dare, which killed me. And let's see, could I have teched? I don't even think I could have. No, I could have teched that for sure. I don't know why I bounced off the ground if I... Oh, I was grounded. No, I could not have teched that. So that explains why I got popped up like that. Otherwise, I should have been grounded. And at this point, looks like I actually did have some time. What I should have done here then is air dodge. He still might have gotten it, depending on his timing. Right? Like, if I'd air dodged, this might have been, the dare might have been out long enough, because he did a rising one pretty early. But I could have still probably, I don't know. That's a tough, I'll never know whether I would have made it through, but the air dodge, I think, was my best option in the situation. And, okay, he dies, which, is fair enough for that. I forgot about that, actually, the fact that he SD'd. This is the kind of thing I need if I want to actually take it against Albert. Alright, this is like, so here's the thing, he's invincible. This would be prime up B territory if he wasn't invincible. But, of course, I have something to say about that. Waiting, and then up being again. Great. Classic Samus technique, wait and up B. Very good. So, Albert's generally pretty good at SCIing these up Bs. Like, he'll always get to a platform or be able to jump out. And so this one, he missed his tech on the platform, which let me get away, get off scot-free. But at the same time, that wasn't in... I don't think he intended to do that. He would have rather teched in place, but at least got out of it pretty early. He only took 6% from it. And so this is where the dash attack, if he were another like 10%, the dash attack I think would have been a smart idea. What I should have done instead was a running down tilt, considering I was like in that run animation. Right, so I ran too early. right? Like if I had waited here, come down, and you see he's doing that laser, I could have done it with a down tilt. He's coming inward. Like he started up here and he's coming this way. And I don't think he would be drifting back mid laser like that. So a down tilt would have been a great idea here. And this is generally a theme with my Samus. I always think like, you know, could use more down tilt. Down tilt just across the board is a great, you know, move, great combo starter on Falco in a way that dash attack isn't at this percent because he's only at 6. If he was at 16, I might have had a, or like above that, I think I might have had a good shot. That's weird. Skipped. Alright, that's great. Up B out of shield. Why is YouTube doing that? That's weird. And that's what he wanted last time. So, but here's the thing. He knows that because he's not in the lead and he's up on the top platform, he has to come down one way or another. That could either be like he drops down straight down through the platform, or he goes to the left platform or the right platform. He stalls by like doing a jump first or something, or he could just wait on the platform and come down kind of whenever he wants. But if he wants to actually like play the game and start, you know, to get a lead together, he's gonna have to come down pretty quickly. And so I guess I got a good read on Albert actually coming down, although the problem was I didn't get anything effective off of it. It's the same thing that I did when he was at 6. I come down, or he comes down, and I do a dash attack, which just kind of isn't the move. Alright. Again, so he just... Alright, so luckily he, like... Let's see, he was able to... It sent him into tumble, he had the tech. That's such a weird tech timing that I feel like a lot of people should just miss it, or would just miss it, but instead, like, against good enough players, they feel ready for all sorts of tech traps that I guess the average player wouldn't be ready for. If I did that to, you know, your average Falco, I don't think they would have teched it. If they did, they would have teched in place. Whoops. F-tilt, the classic. Come on. I always hate switching between windows. This is where dash attack is really not very good. Ooh, that's a really bad look. What I should have done there instead was grab. I've dash attacked Albert probably 3 or 4 times at this point. Like when he's in the air. So now that he's on the ground, he might think, oh, well, he's going to dash attack again. Let me shield. This is when a grab would be pretty good. This is also a pretty good position on the stage to get a grab. And the reason for that is because he kind of has 2 choices. So if he decides to DI to where it's favorable for me, which would be like behind me where I get a back air, he has a chance to tech on the platform. But if he DIs somewhere difficult, which would be in front of me, I can still do the turnaround bear, but this time he's in a much worse edge guard situation. So it's also I have the chance of, if he DIs onto the platform like right above me, like with a no or slight DI, I can get a dare and start a combo that way. And that was just very silly. I don't think he really intended for that to happen. The shine grab was good. That was obviously a shine. So I'm just going to throw that out, honestly. The spot dodge was a poor choice. That was a complete mistake. If you ever see a Samus up smash, it is a complete mistake. Ignore it. It's not good. I do that a couple times in my sets today. Up B, great. I do hit Albert with a lot of up Bs this set. So here's the thing. Also this time I tried to jump into his dare, but here's the other problem. I'm at a too high of a percent to actually make use of that. I would have to be at like under 20 or 30, I think, to be able to actually jump into Falco's dare and be able to recover in time for a down smash, which would have been great at this percent if I could do a down smash or down tilt, because I can pop him up and start a combo. That is just a tough position to be in once I have missed this tech. Because I was mashing thinking I was going to be able to get a down tilt out. Instead, I'm doing a ground recovery with a get up attack, right? And that's easy for him to prey on. But that's also a very poor choice on my part. Like, it's one thing to his bomb, that's fine. That specifically, that nair, is not very good. Also, the bomb, like, recovery drift, like, Albert does this thing that a lot of Sheik players do, which is that get that perfect, or get that, like, rising bear from the ledge, like, rinse and repeat type of edge guard, and he's very good at that. I don't see a lot of Falcos do that to me, but he does, so. Get up attack, that's kind of a meme. I wished he would have, if he, I hate this. I expected him to possibly be DIing in on that dash attack. No dice. At the very least, though, I get something. This missile, not good. It covers nothing. It covers him, like, immediately jumping and side B'ing, but that's about it. Everything else is just not... He's able to escape it pretty quickly. Here's a part where I made a mistake. So, Falco does have this ledge invincibility, right? And so what I did was, a lot of Falco players, or just players of, just many characters, what they'll do is, whenever they, are getting off the ledge or ledge stalling or something, they won't do it with their max amount of invincibility. And so what that means for me is that I can just put out some jabs or a forward tilt, and they'll fall to their death because I knocked them off, right? Albert, that's not going to work. He is smarter than that, and he did a dare with invincibility, so I wasn't going to win. It also depends on the height that they do their double lasers at, because that's also something else it beats, is if they do a higher double laser from the ledge and you use double jab, Falco is dead. Falco's gone. That was a pretty tough, like, I sort of had to do the puff thing where you just aerial drift out the way, and luckily Albert got off the ledge. The fair was a fine enough choice because he's at such high of a percent. If he was lower, he could, like, crouch cancel shine it and do something to me, but instead I managed to turn that around on him. That was silly on his part. I don't know why he went for that up smash. It's crazy that we got that tech immediately. See, look, I went for that dash attack again, but he wised up to it. It only took like 2 times, but... Right? Like, what I should have done is either started running and then dash attacked later, or just been ready to run into shield, wave dash out of shield, down tilt, for example. That probably would have been okay. Or I could hold shield and try and see what he is going to do if I thought the down tilt was going to be too slow, which it might have been. That was very silly. Man, that's frustrating. When you do something you think is good, and then you just get better playered. That's exactly what happened here, because so Albert's trolling a bit here. He wasn't about to risk, like, totally dying off of that. I covered it pretty well. I wanted the reverse hitbox, but I still got the forward one, which, considering he was DIing to get back on stage, there's a fair chance this might just kill him. He techs on the platform. What a nerd. That nair was very bad, but I was shocked that he got it in the first place, so I didn't exactly know how to react. Poor choice. That is not going to kill, but that really hurts that he can just do that much in one thing when you have to do, like, a lot of work to get in on Falco. My DI could use some work too. I could have smashed DI'd both those. I hate this stock. I hate it. I hate it so much. I did like 10 and lost my stock. This game, it's almost over after that. I'm down 3-1. That nair, I did this off of one bad nair too. Like, there was another bad decision here. But like everything else. The other thing I could have done to potentially escape that is like air dodge either up or upright. And maybe even straight through him, but probably not. Is if what I did was, you know, up, like, if I just air dodged, like, after getting hit by one laser, he would have to react with something else instead of that forward smash to beat me. So stupid. I'm gonna back this up. Alright, so I just come down to this missile, which should be low risk and whatnot. I'm invincible. I do another one. I'm just like, if I can get him to, like, what the ideal situation is here is that I hit him with a missile as he's coming in, I rush in with a down tilt, and then, like, that's a pretty good bread and butter combo starter. You see it all the time in, like, Samus against Spaceys. And that's what I was hoping for here, but it just didn't pan out. Because he reflected it, which is never good. That's not good. It's a bad option. Like, and he knows that too, which kind of infuriates me. That was unfortunate, honestly. There we go. If I had any sense, I would have done anything else other than down smash, but that's so easy to hit, and it gives you time for, like, a charge shot and stuff like that. It's like, may as well. Because I could have F smashed and he would have died, but that's a little harder to mash. Ooh. That was kind of a tough one just because he did a great cross-up dare, and that made it much harder to cover compared to if he'd done, like, one with less forward momentum. Of course, my mix-up at that point is whether or not I'm going to land at the platform. Seeing as I've already made a big mistake, it's like, I got drift and then fast fall, and that's all I got. And he missed. That's also not good. Albert literally told me during this set, he's like, I saw that in the combo video, and he's like, that's not even good. And I'm like, I know it's not even good. It's a very specific read for an action that isn't always gonna happen, I guess. So it's like he does this, right? It's a shock to me, like, because I haven't had anyone do this to me before, right? Because what I should have done instead of doing that was up B, right? If I had air dodged at a better angle, that would have worked too. But I didn't do either of those things. So that was game one. This is a best of 3. I ban, or no wait, I don't ban anything. He bans Fountain, I'm pretty sure, and we go to Dreamland. Or no wait, I think he bans Dreamland and we go to Fountain. I can't even remember. That's sad. But yeah, this is us talking about, dude, that was so dumb. I saw it in a combo video. It was very dumb, and I saw it and he saw it in a combo video, and that's very nice. Yeah, he bans Dreamland. We go to Fountain, which I'm fine with. This is, I either counterpick Fountain or Dreamland, just whichever one isn't banned. I'd probably go Fountain first, like in a best of 5, just to, you know, like it's a more even stage, I guess. So after that, if I still lose, I can go to Dreamland and, like, start making something happen, and then, like, push my advantage. I don't really have much of a thing. It's just, like, how much I feel they're camping me too. If I'm getting camped super hard, I definitely don't want to go to Dreamland. But if, you know, I feel like they're willing to approach me, I'm more willing to go there. And thinking about it, I have done better against Albert on Dreamland in our, like, past couple sets. So I think that might be my key, actually, if I went Dreamland instead of Fountain. We'll have to see. Very silly. Oh, I do like this combo. I'm gonna let this combo play out because it's so dumb. Yeah. And that's the cool part of the combo. The rest of it is me failing because I failed that edge guard. But it was cool while it was there. Yeah. Yeah, this is something that I started doing when I was in England. I like I just realized I wasn't getting good enough punishes, and so this is one of the things I see like good Samus players do. Like he duck does this all the time, like Marth and stuff like that. It just like amplifies your punish game in a very good way. Yeah, so here's the mistakes, or like I don't know what to say. Starts with an up B, which means it's lame according to the elite MW, right? Text on this platform, which the tech roll is a longer, so I was able to cover it more easily that way. If he teched in place, he might have been able to shine me. That down smash, he just happened to roll into it. Otherwise, I would have had to turn around. And then the back air, that's great. And then I get that instead. If I'd held the ledge or done like a reverse nair from ledge, it would have been much better. So you notice I try and put out those jabs. The reason for that is I think he might like do a late aerial instead of an early one. Like he does this like lower to the ground one, right? That just barely beats out my jab. Like see that? It's pretty close. I thought he'd do like a higher later one that would give me an opportunity to knock him off, right? And then at that point, like all I have to do is clean up a pretty easy like up tilt edge guard or grab ledge reverse nair or down angle F tilt or F smash or however I do it really, and that would be enough to take it away. That was I think that was a mistaken up B out of shield, but it tends to be how that goes sometimes. Sometimes it works out for me if I just miss an up B out of shield, but I try not to. Playing with intentionality is just generally important. So it's like if things you're doing are working out for you but not for the reasons you intended, you should probably go back and think about like what you're trying to do. Ooh, this really frustrates me, but something that I noticed that I have been failing at specifically is the fact that every time like I think Albert won't sweet spot the ledge, he does. A lot of Falco players, like they're very rarely able to get this specific low sweet spot. So if you take a look, right, like Falco's head is touching like this green part of fountain, and that's like, so if you see that, you know that he is getting the perfect sweet spot. What this means is, number one, this missile is doing nothing. This is if he does the very scrubby side B at me. Like, if he did that, that would cover that, but maybe even not even then. Like, I'd probably expect him to go about here. So, that's kind of a wash. I really shouldn't be doing that. But the other thing is that when Falco does this, up tilt and down angled F tilt no longer work. So, what that means for me is that I then have to grab ledge. And the grabbing ledge is my best way of dealing with that. So, that's a little tough. Moonman hosting me with 1 viewers. Yeah, great grammar. Thank you, Moonman. Appreciate it. Yeah, so that's kind of a tough one. So, but I'm always so scared to go just grab the ledge. And the real reason for that is because the penalty for missing is pretty bad. What'll happen is, you're most unlucky or most unfortunate. What you'll do is you'll grab the ledge and then but you're not there fast enough and you'll get spiked, right? And that, like, by Falco side B, that really sucks. So gotta worry about that. And then if you're late otherwise, but you don't get spiked, right? Or Falco does the side B on stage, then you're on the ledge. Falco's on stage, and that's a really tough position. It's hard to get back onto stage against Falco in that position, so it's always something that I really don't want to do unless I notice the Falco player doing it every single time. But the problem is that Albert was good enough at mixing me up, which he should be. He's very good. Good enough at mixing me up so that I wouldn't be able to correctly guess when he was going to do that. Oh, man. That's where I always end up accidentally clicking the wrong window. See, now I do his second one just because I'm a moron, right? But he still has ledge invincibility. He passes right through it and hits me. If he did a later one, that would have worked. Alternatively, I could have, if I was standing farther back, I think I would have won. Or if I stood, the other thing I could do is double jabs or forward tilt. Those also beat it. And those were better options overall. I just happened to have a missile out at the time. Missing that tech, very, very important. Or hitting that tech, very important. I just wasn't expecting that. I thought my missile would win. And that's that cheek thing he always does. And I got a stupid kill. That should not have happened. If he did this right, because you notice he dropped off ledge a little early. Let's see if I can get it the right frame. Notice he dropped off, right? I'm coming up. He's out of ledge invincibility by this point. Hello, Moon Man. How was life? I was here trying to do a little LTC prep. I've been playing. I have a whole bunch of recorded sets against Falco, so I was like, I may go through some of them. What's up, Yo-Yo all y'all? Oh wait, is that what is that, Sun Gun? Wait, I think I just saw you post your stuff. Yeah. All right, thank you, Harry, for all that. Yeah, so I ended up, yeah, just that shouldn't have worked. Albert just messed up and died for it, but that's the life of Falco. That's really frustrating. I think I might have been able to live. Let me see. It's all dependent on, like, my reaction. No, I was dead. Because sometimes what will happen is, if you're at a low enough percent, Falco will down air you, and then you'll be able to, in time, if you wiggle out, air dodge, and you wiggle out and like air dodge, you're able to get a grapple, and then from there you can do the wall jump from the bottom all the way up to the top. All right, bye PB&J and Smoke. All right, man, have a nice dinner. I will catch you later, probably at Tipperoni this week. So you know, catch you later, bro. That was a complete mistake. That should have been a missile, but then also that wasn't a great decision anyway, so I don't really care. That was a complete mistake again. Yeah. So that up tilt, the idea of that up tilt is to catch him doing that jump, but I would have to do it, like, he would have to jump later, or I'd have to do the up tilt earlier. Also get closer to be able to actually make that worthwhile. Crouch canceling, yeah, that's an example when that up tilt actually works, is when he doesn't attack out of it. That's very free edge guard if you can get it. See, the other thing too is if Albert had done a worse sweet spot, like most Falcos do, that missile would have hit, and I would have had a pretty good thing going on in terms of an edge guard, but I still made this work by doing that. But I botched it again. I think he's going to do that scrubby side B, but he's not a scrub. He will not do that scrubby side B. Maybe he will sometimes, like he did earlier in this set, but he's not just going to do it every time. I didn't respect his ability to grab the ledge effectively. That's a bad place to tech roll. That's really bad. Yep. Silly. I did it again. See, look. Like, I do that same bad, side B, right? Or the same bad missile. I think he's going to side B. He doesn't. He grabs ledge. And I just get off with nothing. That's a big takeaway from the set, is covering those side Bs. That's another frustrating thing. So, I get this, right? I missed that. I put it, like, he had the right idea. Falco's double jump goes really high, so it can get past my jabs while he still has invincibility. So there really isn't much I can do about that, except back up and try and catch him after his invincibility's gone. Yeah, and there I was dead again. That's about one of my better options. The other thing I could have done there was try to continue the pressure by using like a forward air. Although there's also the risk then if I do that, he'll shield drop, like punish me with something, or he'll do a shine out of shield. That would have been bad. That was not what I wanted at all. I don't even know what I wanted, but it was definitely not a empty jump. Like an up tilt would have been pretty good there, but I don't know what. I must have been trying to up B or do an up tilt and I messed up. I don't know what the deal is. That also should have been a down tilt. Like a wave dash out shield down tilt. Because that would have easily beaten him just retreating like that. So I'm going to have to go back to lab in terms of like my actual execution if I want to do okay. Alright. Yeah, same. Oh man, that's embarrassing. That is scrub level. That's scrub level Samus right there. Never do what I just did. Up B into Falco. So my charge shot is gone already, right? I tried to crouch cancel this rising auto cancel bear, which isn't crouch cancelable, and I mess up the punish on it at all. Yeah. Shine invincibility. That's super sick. That was a great tech roll, actually, because there was a fair chance that he could have easily still covered that if I had teched in place or something like that. So I'm glad that that didn't happen. That was very intense. That was a very intense moment. That was I forget who it was that told me when I was in the UK. It was that I was a very Chad Samus player and I do Chad American things. That is a Chad American thing right there. Nobody in Europe did that. They don't do that. They play way lamer. Sorry, Harry. Everyone plays lame in your country. Yeah, very stupid. So the thing is, yeah, down tilt is absolutely going to kill at this percent, and my feet are obviously exposed. I know that, but I was hoping to just wait out his invincibility and up B and just get out of the situation. Didn't work. Now this is last stock. Ooh, I have a chance. I have a chance taking the game. Not if I do that, though. Look at that. Terrible. Luckily, though, I didn't have this. I had the sense not to up B that one. Got hit by that, which was lame. I do a roll here, which is actually... Samus's roll has like a weird timing and distance compared to a lot of characters, so it's unless somebody's intimately familiar with how to play against Samus, they might not cover it. Also, I hadn't done a roll yet this set, I don't think, or if I had, it was maybe just one in game one, so it was an unexpected option. Oh man, I caught his jump, right? And the scrubby side B, it finally paid off, right? So I guess I only had to miss it like 7 or 8 times for the past 2 games for it to finally come in for me. I think Albert gave me a little bit too much credit that I would actually be able to like adapt over this time and realize that those missiles were not good. But in reality, I'm just a moron, and I'm gonna continue doing them. And so it worked out for me. See, look at that. Yeah, I mean, like, come on. I think that had to have been, maybe that was a mistake on his part, although if he didn't up B at that height, it still would have killed him. So I don't know particularly what he was thinking. Mm-hmm. Notice how instantly he chose that counter pick. Like, I'm not, like, that's obvious. That's the obvious counter pick here, even in a best of 5. He takes me here if I win a game. So, I mean, it's... Man, I would want to ban it, except for the fact that, like, I'm way more scared of FD. Just because I don't have, like, really any platforms to save me. Although it does make edge guarding easier, so that's a plus. Ready, go. There we go. Okay, I had a discussion in the Samus Discord about this earlier today. Look, so I do this fair through the platform, and it catches Albert, right? But he's able to SDI out and punish me. Although the problem is that I tried to continue the link, right? But you have to commit early when you do that fair. Like, and I try to react to his position, right? It just wasn't gonna work. Although that was so dumb. Yeah, notice the other thing I'm trying to do is like, so like if I low profile some of these lasers, I crouch some of them, I'm able to put out like crouch the laser F tilt. That's something that I've been doing a lot, like crouch cancel F tilt, or I've implemented in my game recently. Crouch cancel down smash can just be very risky sometimes. And oh, that's a great setup. That's a mistech type of setup. It's like, it works best against bad players. But it also, it is a, like, if it's a legitimate mix-up, it's like, if you think you can catch him off guard with a weird dash attack timing, then Falco's not going to be able to tech that. Of course, I almost threw. I thought I might have to go out and hit him with a bear, but then I realized, oh no, he's just dead, so I just get the ledge as quickly as possible. There we go. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So I had a mostly good combo again with the dare extension, right? Except, so here's the thing. Albert had the sense this time to not roll in front of me, because that would mean I would get the stronger down smash. But at the same time, like, the weak one, if you're, like, the weak one still sends you off to a place. It just isn't as guaranteed. So I went for this 50-50. Like, if he had tried to continue onto the ground, right, then I would have hit him with that charge shot. But since he didn't, you know, he jumped instead. He was going to miss it. Yep. That's what I want. And he texted, of course, but ideally this would play out a little bit better, right? That's what I want. Those jabs, they beat Falcos who do those double lasers, right? And he gets put into an edge guard situation at this percent, which is fine. Except my one problem is that I do this right. I even have invincibility, but I get the forward-facing nair. Either that or I got the backward-facing one, but he instead was able to SDI in and tech it. I think he realized that he had to do that either way, so I don't really... It doesn't really matter which one I got. Except at this point, my next best thing is I'm facing the wrong way, so I have to either... I don't even think I have time to grab, like, grab ledge and reverse nair again, and that could also just lead to the same outcome. So I was like, I think I might want to F smash. Like, this is a very tough angle, right, for him to hit. I walk back a bit, expecting him to land on stage, and he does. Except if I just stayed where I was, I probably would have gotten that. That would have been a different game had I gotten that. Instead, he kills me. Very poor choice, that fair. See, look at that. He already takes the lead. If I'd gotten that F smash, wouldn't be down a stock. Complete mistake. That was an aerial up B, which means it was completely a mistake. Those aerial up Bs, like, off the ground, it means that, like, I put input jump in too early, and I wasn't able to input, like, and I was already jumping when I pressed B. Generally, you want to input it in Samus' jump squat. At this point, I know I need to make something happen, so I'm going for cheese. Right? Like, if I can just, like... Yeah, but then I'm down. This was looking like such a good game, and then it just messed up. That was stupid. Nah, he had to have made a mistake. That was a lucky trade. So or it was a fortunate trade. It was not a smart idea, but I made it work. Because I lost my charge shot for that. But luckily I was able to kill him off of it, so it didn't really particularly matter. That was good. That was a very silly idea. Like, that was not a smart choice, right? Like, because generally, maybe I'll have to look into this, whether you can cover, well, like, both the missed tech and, like, those delayed tech rolls with this, but I don't think you can. But he jumps into it, right? Of course, I shoot the charge shot the wrong way, which is embarrassing, but he wasn't going to get hit by it anyway, so that wasn't a big loss. Nope. I tried to get the edge cancel, but I missed it. Samus' leg's just long enough. There we go, and that's gonna kill him. It's like a last stock game 3. Like, I was getting there. I was getting close. This would had I. Alright, well, I mean, spoilers. Probably I didn't take this set, but you know, it was looking pretty good. For a second. I could have made a 3-stock comeback. I still have my charge shot, right? So I'm like, look, there we go. No, this is so painful. Alright, so, right, great, looking good. I do the early up tilt thinking he might do side B, he doesn't. And then I'm a little early with the second up tilt, which would have covered him landing there. So I was a little late. There, and it's over. There we go, like, this is the best I've ever done against Albert. Okay, I don't really... No, thanks. I don't want to watch Scott the Waz right now. Let's see. What's the next one that I should watch? Yeah. Yeah, that was against Albert. And yeah, I do like Scott the Waz, but I'm not going to watch him on stream. Like, come on. I got Falco to watch. So, yeah, that was against Albert. That was on Wednesday at Tipperoni, and that's the best I've ever done against him. I was able to take one game from him in a best of 3, and then that was like a last stock game. Really unfortunate I wasn't able to. Ah, man. I could have held that one forever had I gotten it. But I'll have some more chances in the future. I played him 2 more times, or actually 3 more times that week. So, yeah, when else did I play him? Because I played him at Tipperoni, and then at 1 set at the monthly, and then 2 sets at TGL. That was it. So I played him 4 times this week, which is pretty rare. But yeah, so this one is against, this is losers of that same tournament. And I'm not as happy with how this one went. I think I was just way, like, spammier. Just things weren't going as well for me, and I didn't give them the same kind of, like, you know, I need to put my 100%, I need to do everything correct the same way I was with Albert. Alright, great miss. See, look at that. I'm just going for cheese. That's a legit setup if he DIs in on both of those, or if he DIs in on the down smash. That was cool. Who is this I'm playing? The guy I'm going to call MW, who recently moved here and plays Falco. Since his name is quite vulgar. Anyway. That was cool. Those edge cancels are not very easy, and I'm glad that I have a fair amount of consistency with them. That said, I would have rather done a Nair here versus this bear. I thought I might be able to catch him like tech rolling away, and that bear would have been better because bad DI, and it would have set up for a strong one. If I just not shot that missile, it might have worked out if I'd fast fallen instead. And then I could hit him as he's trying to grab the ledge, and then grab ledge, reverse Nair if he's not going to make it, or if he would have made it, and then if he's not going to make it, just hold ledge. Yeah, that's how it's done. Yeah, I held that one too long. I thought, like, oh no, he won't, like, fast fall to get the laser out. He'll probably just... I'll probably have enough time to charge it. That was not the case. That was very stupid on both of our parts, right? Like, that was not a good down smash, right? But I was able to get the slide off, like, to be able to grab ledge. I do a ledge hop for some reason. Like, that's not a good option in this situation. I don't know why I did it. But also it was like, yeah, I was just hanging for too long. But he catches me with a laser on my, like, arm. Right? And then forward smashes me as I try to jump out. Like, I thought he might have hit, like, my leg. If he hit my leg, I could have jumped out probably because I curl up in a ball. But the arm, like, Samus's center of, like, her hitbox is too close to that. I don't die, but that's, like, very annoying considering that was, like, stupid. Yep. So the thing about getting off the ledge against Falco on Battlefield can be kind of frustrating. Because you can't... aerial interrupting is just so risky that unless you're very, very good at it, it's just not worth it. Like, because on other stages, the punishment for missing an aerial interrupt is that you do an up air on stage, which your opponent can punish. But also sometimes they might get hit by it. You know, or they might not do a very good punish and you'll live, right? Versus an up, like a missed one on Battlefield means you go under the stage without a grapple. Like, if you're here and you don't have a grapple, you're done. You can't make it back, right? It's just not worth it. But I totally botched that one super hard because I tried to do a ledge dash instead. And this vertex, you cannot grab. You cannot grab this, like, webbed thingy here. You can only grab this vertex and below. So that was just a very silly mistake. I did in on that, which was not very good. Oh, could I glide under the curve where the webbing is? Yes and no. So if you're, like, just barely... I'm going to back this up. Like, if you're right where these, like, this little, like, I don't know what this is, like, this rivet is, or this, like, thing is, then you can, like, you know, drift backwards and snap to ledge from here. But if you're here, you just don't have the aerial drift, like, to be able to, like, after your up B, to be able to hit it. Like, sometimes I'll up B, like, out here and not be able to make it back because Samus's aerial drift after the up B is just not very good. Or at least it's very limited. It's not that it's not good, it's just that it's kind of limited in this situation. But so once I'm here, it's getting back is a risky and tough proposition. Getting on that platform just kind of isn't worth it. It's just he does the lasers, and the missile is never going to win. Oh, thank you for the follow, Vlurk. Appreciate it. Always looking to spread the Samus love. Alright, what? Subscribers? What? I haven't had a subscriber in months. Thank you, Moon Man. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to get some emotes now. I don't have any. If you have any suggestions, let me know, and, you know, happy to do them. Oh, let's see. Right, like, I shouldn't have DI'd in on that, but, like, that's forgivable enough. That fade back there. Albert didn't do that to me, or doesn't do that to me very much. But it is a good, like, I think a solid option against Samus. Like, specifically to bait out the up B. Where it's not solid is where I, like, realize that Falco's going to do a fade back there, and I come in with, like, a wave dash in down tilt. That's when it wins. but that's not always. I don't know why I tried to down smash. That was moronic. Like, of course he doesn't. I throw away that stock so hard. Ugh. So I was trying to tech it, right? But two mistakes were made here. One, I input the tech way too late as I was already grabbing the ledge, but then I also was like, I was trying to, do a counterattack, but I also thought that he was hitting me, right? Like, and so that was the root cause of that mistake. But it was a pretty bad one. That was a crazy read. The missile nair. This wasn't even that bad. It was just that I probably should have recognized that, he was holding in previously. He'd continue to hold in. Nope. That works if they do either a tech, like one of those slow tech rolls after you've been on the ground, or just a neutral stand. That will work. That will not work if they do a get up attack, because the invincibility, it's the idea, that's like a meaty. It's like a meaty in like a fighting game where you put out this early hitbox and they're forced to stand up into it. The problem is though, I haven't jab resetted him or anything, so he could easily just do a get up attack. It's very unfortunate too, because like now I'm in a not very good position in terms of getting comboed. This is combo food area for Falco. I got lucky that didn't spike me, actually. That was a great read, too. Like, I was talking earlier about how hard it is to just, like, catch Samus's roll unless you, like, know what you're looking for. But MW obviously knew what he was looking for, so that's very nice. Yeah, no. So, what I tried to do is get off and do the slide off on the platform, which would have been great. I didn't get it though, and I teched instead. I got off the top platform though, which kind of saved that. Man, I love that. I love doing the wave dash behind people. This matchup, how good is Battlefield? So it's a very even stage, because you're banning your two worst stages, and Falco is also banning his two worst stages in the matchup. So, I'm more than happy to play here. I think it's a very, even stage, so I really don't care. And, that was kind of silly. There we go again. See, but that time it's even worse. And the reason why it's worse is that I double jumped. I double jumped trying to catch the get up attack, right? Or trying to catch him on the platform, so that's even worse position to be in. Nope. I had the sense to drift back on that one, luckily, but still. And ledge dash. He ledge dashed through it. That's a very infuriating thing that people do against Samus, but it is legit, which is that if you DI away and tech away on that up throw, the back air becomes much tighter to hit. Like, I was just probably a couple frames late, but he was already in his tech animation by this point, so. Yep. Good trade. It's worth 12 for just getting Falco dead like that. Alright, I was going for cheese, because here's the thing. When I'm down, thought I'd done clicked the follow button. Okay, well, let's see if you did. I have him come up on my phone. What do you know you did? Thank you, Sungun. Thank you for the follow, as well as Beef Pickle. I don't know you, Beef Pickle, but thanks, bro. I appreciate it. think about that. Like, I'm just going for cheese at this point. And the reason why, like, there's justification for that. Oh, disciple. All right. Is that? Well, let's see. Is that supposed to be like a play on words like beef pickle disciple? Those don't really sound exactly alike. Although I thought they did for a second. No, I definitely know disciple. He took a game from me, and then I yelled a word of profanity very loudly because it was a very tense game. I was at like 150, and he was at like 120, and it was on FD, and I was like, if I land a hit, I win. If he lands a hit, he wins. What are we gonna do, right? And then I lost, and it was I was not very pleased with that. Anyway, back to this game. I didn't do that after this game. Like, I want to go for cheese because if I just get him off the stage and take a stock, like with the cheese, he's gonna feel really terrible and then do something bad on like stock, right? So that's sort of what I'm going for. Beef pickle is just a 5-year-old dick joke. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like beef curtains, beef pickle, something like that. Yeah, I like it. Oh, that would have been fine, except he was able to like ASCI down tech. It's not easy. A lot of people miss that. Yeah, rip. So I immediately watch me do this. I knew immediately what I was gonna do. That was a very silly trade. That second back air was a little bit greedy. Like, had he decided to do like a laser or something, which is definitely a possible thing that Falco can do there, I would have gotten another back air and it would have been a very sick combo. But unfortunately, I'm not that cool. Yeah, what happened there was, like, I was expecting him, if he did if he either missed tech in place, or tech rolled to the right, I was ready to cover with dare. You can only cover 3 of the 4 options because of your drift, as far as I know. So when I tried to do, like, drift over to the right, he would be, like, I think he recognized that or just read it, and so went over to the left. I can still cover it with a back air, but I got the weak one instead of the strong one. There we go. That's great. Except he was going to live because he was a too low percent. Very classic. He also kept wanting to talk to me during this. He's like, oh no, and stuff like that, which is fine. I mean, some people like to talk during sets. I'm not as much of a fan, like in terms of like having a conversation with someone mid-set. Like friendlies, please talk to me all day. During a set, I'm like, all right, brother, I need to get back to, clapping them cheeks. Come on, what are you doing? Yes, yes, Sun Gun, you're correct. That is who it is. All right. Bad charge shot. Very nice shot type of deal. That was a cool drag down. Man, I don't know why this is. Something must be wrong with the YouTube video because it doesn't let it. I don't know. It's weird that it lags this much. That was such a poor choice. That was a very, very poor choice. Serious thing, it works in theory if you know he's not going to do anything like that to you, but... Did that frame skip, or... Look at that! Look at that! This is the hitbox we're talking here. Falco's dare goes down to about there, so... I mean, and out like here. It's very silly. Boom. Bad trade. I'm gonna lower the quality a little bit. I don't know why it's having so much trouble. Why is that not any better? Alright, somehow it's better all of a sudden. That's a very tough thing to deal with, is those side B edge cancels. I don't know specifically what the deal is, but it's just like when Falco does that, it's like you have to have a pretty hard read to just be able to catch him. That was a complete mistake. Complete mistake. Aerial at B is not good. Great. So, I don't know how to feel about that. I spot dodged trying to beat the spot dodge grab or the shine grab. In the end, it didn't really do enough for me. Like, I think I might just want to, up B instead of spot dodge. Although, he can instead like shine and then shield, and I would win. Here I am going for cheese again, and yep. I tried to catch him in the forward tilt. That wasn't gonna work. I tried to do a jab there, right, which would have covered, again, that scrubby side B, but he didn't do a scrubby side B. He did a good one where he actually, covered the ledge correctly or grabbed the ledge correctly, so that wasn't really going to do very much for me, unfortunately. I have two options there. It's like, if they manage to tech on the top platform, like what I can do is I can either down smash or F smash or do something else. I could also do like a down tilt or a forward tilt, I guess, or jabs, but those aren't as good. Down tilt's pretty good though. It depends on DI. If he's gonna DI like away, like in this case left, what I want to do is I want to do a forward smash. He's not gonna be able to tech it. He's gonna be just going flying off the stage. If he's gonna DI in, a down smash will send him farther behind me and set up for an equal edge guard on the other side. That was a weird flash. I'm late on this is the problem. Like, if I was a little earlier, these fares into Nair would be working out great, right? But for some reason it's not. I also want to see, like, what's that flash? Okay. I want to see if it was the capture card, probably. Yeah. The capture card just randomly had a moment, which is cool. I'm late again. Got lucky that time. So here's the thing, like, so Falco does that down throw. It's a mix-up. It's entirely a mix-up which one he's actually going to, like, he can't cover all the options. He has to go for a read. So in this case, Falco is like Okay, let me do a down throw, and I bet he's going to miss the tech or tech in place. This down tilt will cover that, right? But I just have to pick anything else, and yeah, I'll get away. Very preemptive up B, not a very good one. At this point, like, I'm like, oh, I remember this part of the game. Very funny. He just does laser F tilt a whole bunch, and I don't make it back. Or I mean, like, I guess I do, but it, like, instead of actually doing an edge guard, he's like, let me just do laser F tilt. That was a mistaken wave dash as shield down tilt. See, that's... Ah, man, if he just drifted a little bit farther in, I could have gotten that, too. It's not even gonna kill. There we go. Something. It's not gonna kill either. 232. This is among the highest percents I've ever been at in tournament. That's obviously evident by the fact that a dash attack killed me. Like, I've never seen that happen. Like, Peaches or something? Okay, sure. Falcos? That's news to me. That can ever kill. Suddenly he's in the lead, too. See, I'm just going for cheese over and over, and that really isn't helping me, because I don't think I was giving Falco the respect that I really should have. And that's just unfortunate. Yes, and... Oh, I don't wanted that to be a dare. Good sweet spot again. It's pretty hard to cover unless you know it's gonna come. Like the, that ledge hop like that. There we go. Not a great trade, but at least got something. That's a read. Every time, like, Samus has to do this, it's kind of a read, right? Like, you have to either think, oh, they're gonna miss the tech, they're gonna tech. There's also a risk reward in this situation because he can either tech like behind me where a down smash might reach anyway and I can cover at like 3 out of 4 options if he either techs in place, misses tech, or techs left. If he techs right, it's the one option I'm not covering. So it's I have to pick, right? He knows that and techs away. Fair instead of dare. That dare might have that if that were a dare it might have just hit. Very bad nair, right? Very close. That was a nail biter game. It had no reason to be as close as it was, but it was close. Man, this stage is very frustrating just because I'm like, Falco's combo game. I need to find an answer. There you go. See, look. Already I'm dead off the top. That's a mistake. I do that all the time, but it is a mistake where I just do that missile off the top. The funny thing is it would cover something like that I noticed the Falco doing all the time, which was like do that side B edge cancel off the top platform. That missile would cover exactly that, but it's generally never good. Right? So stupid. So every time I'm in the air, I'm suddenly at risk for like one of those crazy like shine off the top combos. There we go. I think he gets 3 of them this game. There we go. Nope. Yep, there we go. There's number 3. Oh, man. It's not looking good, this game. I should have done, like, jabs or something about it. I'm not even sure that would have helped me. Unlike Falcon, I'm just not really able to catch that with my up air. Yeah, I just gave up. I'm like, there's no way I'm making this comeback. When I start to get to this percent, like, he can shine me off the top, like, really easily. And being able to do, like, massive cheese for this amount of time without taking enough damage, it's just, like, once I was in this combo, I'm just like, it's not really worth continuing this game. That said, like, it's still technically winnable, unlike if you're playing against Peach in that situation. If you're down 3 stocks against Peach, it's literally not winnable, but this is workable. So yeah, I take him to Dreamland. I have to take him here because I already won on Fountain, so this is sort of, that's really about best I'm going to do. That was a great shine in between my hits of fair. Yeah, I SDI'd that to get on stage, but could have gotten I think I got lucky overall to be able to still be on stage with that one. See, that was a mistake in, like, I should have wave dash at shield, right? But I instead accidentally spot dodged trying to wave dash at shield. That's just a mistake. That was also supposed to be a back air. The down smash was early. I'm missing my punishes, and I think that's what ended up really, like, losing the set for me, is that I was just totally not able to do punishes. Like, all of the only kills I really got were cheese, and then my MW was able to actually get punishes together. So that kind of, it's very hard to win if you can't punish and your opponent can. Unless you're, like, beating them in neutral every single time, and that's definitely not true. See, my chart shot is gone. That was a terrible trade. I got 0.5%, and I think 0.5%, maybe even nothing, and my chart shot's gone. This is a read. When I do this, it's like, it's a lot more rare for a Falco to be ready for this. So it's like, you can cover, if I was early, or if I was earlier, I would have been able to, like, catch the tech in place. Because notice I don't down smash until he's already past me. But had he teched in place, like, and stuff like that, I could have covered either the tech roll, the tech in place, or the tech roll with this single down smash. Yeah, that's what I got. I was like, oh, he'll probably be scared. He'll jump out of the corner. No. Sometimes it just ends with you in the air hating yourself, and that's okay. Nope. Bad idea. Those no impact lands can be pretty bad. That's a mistake, obviously. Man, those missiles coming down are really, I don't really believe in them very much. Like, they're bad against Marth, and they're bad against Falco, I think, as well, because you come down and you do the, you do those missiles, but, like, it's a fairly limited, there's a limited amount of space in which you can be, and that means that its implications in terms of getting a good, like, missile on Falco, it's like he can easily react to it, he can know where it is, and you won't ever really hit that missile. And it leaves you so vulnerable in the air because you can't, like, air dodge or fast fall, like, once you've done the missile. Yeah. This starts to also become, like, much harder to make a big comeback with. So that's a great start. If I can clean up this edge guard, which I don't. To be fair, that was a good angle. I'm gonna give him credit for that. This is doable. Like, if I could just get like one cheesy stock, or he SDs, right? Or I could also just outplay him, because I have a whole full stock to deal with. See, what I want to do is I'm really looking forward to a wave dash in, down tilt, or down smash, whichever I can get. Probably a down smash, since he can't crouch cancel it like a down tilt. It would send him off stage. It'd be so good to get one. And I think he knows that. It's obvious. It's obvious that's what I want. At least it was, like, I did 27, which is fine, but it's not gonna... I need to do a lot more next stock. Yep. No. It would have been a better trade if I had another stock, but I don't, so... Early on the down smash. See, at this point, I'm double jumping out of whatever, and then just fading back. And I did that every time, where I just try and fade behind him. And it's like, that's not a great place to be against Falco anyway. But then in addition to that, I'm getting nothing whatsoever. It's just not good. Like, I'm not in a better position to counterattack him. And then I jump into it, and that's the end of that set. Okay, no Scott, thanks. So yeah, I think that's probably enough for tonight. I got 2 good sets in, like that I think they were both from the same tournament. One I think I played very well. One of them I think I played not very well. And, you know, it's pretty obvious, I think, the differences between those 2 sets in both, like, me and the Falco player. So I'll probably be back with more of a stream, hopefully tomorrow, maybe. Maybe Thursday as well. I want to do some good prep for LTC. So I also want to do some more analysis of VODs from the UK and Europe, just, you know, overall. But I need to wait for some of those to get uploaded. So catch y'all later.